Let's try this again, y'all. I actually tried to go live yesterday, and it was during the, I guess, middle part of the day, and so my phone got too hot and it went off, so I had to delete everything. I forgot what I was talking about yesterday. Oh, I'll show you a couple things, but right now, what I'm really out here to do, I've been putting off for about the last 3 days. I should have bought my tripod and put it on here. Is we're going to plan up this bed. So let me just be careful because I got my gloves off. And this is a different type of mosquitoes, y'all. Like, they are penetrating through my clothes. And then also, if they can't get through your clothes, they'll get you on the forehead. So y'all just give me 1 second. Y'all give me 1 second. I just got to open these seats up because I want to do a little demonstration here. Okay, so yesterday I put a timer on myself and I said, you've got to get these things done. So I just give you a quick recap. I'll step back. I'll let you see what all we have done so far. So we cleared out this raised bed. I harvested the rest of the basil. That particular basil we're hanging dry. It was my intention to just mix it with olive oil, put it in ice cubes, but time was of the essence yesterday. Now I am going to take this basil and we're going to make pesto with that, but it's coming a time where I'm going to start pulling a lot of our summer vegetables and herbs, and we're going to make room for fall. But just a quick recap, this is a 4x8 raised bed. So it's 4 feet width, 8 feet length, and it's 2 feet height. And so I pretty much pulled everything. We got one dahlia tuber that I cut back, that you see right here that comes up every year. I had sage in this area that I'm going to try to propagate. I was not pleased with the way the sage looked at all. Like, it was leggy, it just wasn't looking good. And I've shared with y'all, I'm in a season of my life. It used to be a time in the garden where I just used to try to save everything, y'all, and just save so much and just coddle it and try to bring it all back. But I'm at a point now to where if you're not cutting it in the garden, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get pulled up. And so that's what happened. So after I cleared everything out, we topped it with our compost. We got another delivery of the Soil 3 compost. If you're in the southeast area, definitely look that brand, that company, veggie. So we, why I keep really, really going back to them is because when I got my soil test done and we shared a video about it here on YouTube, it was either meeting or exceeding expectations. Y'all, this mosquito is trying its best to get on me. But so we topped it off, and if you're new to us, we like to do vegetables, flowers, herbs. So far, we have calendula that I gathered from the herb garden in summer. Seeds, I saved seeds. And I really, my whole intention was to see the germination rate because these were from my garden. And if we're going to offer them, I like for them to have a high germination rate. So I really planted more than what I needed for the herb garden. So I put, this is the Resina calendula. So I put some of that in here. And then our herbs are Italian and Greek oregano. The reason why I still have these pots is because I'm going to do better about labeling. And then I started some nasturtiums from seed, but eventually we're probably going to put pansies in the front. Right now here in Georgia, zone 8A, it's a little bit still too hot for the pansies. And if you plant them out too early, they will get leggy and they just don't look good, y'all. So what I'm doing today, what I really wanted to get done, is direct sow some carrots. So some plants I direct sow straight into the garden. I don't start them inside. And carrots is one of them because it's a root vegetable and I don't want to disturb its roots and they go down. But one of the main things that I wanted to share with you when you're planting carrots, the only reason why I have not started planting them in ground yet is because we have Georgia red clay. I've been working with the soil for about a year and a half, but it's just not ready. It's still Georgia red clay and it gets compacted. And so when you plant carrots, you want to make sure your soil is loose. One of the things that I did yesterday is I had my hand trowel and I went in before I put the slow release fertilizer in here. I just went in and really loosened up this soil even after I topped it off. So now, because I couldn't find my seed tape, and I'm just like, you just got to plant some carrots. We're going to plant red, I think it's called red chantenay. Oh, these mosquitoes. Oh my God. Red cord chantenay. And then I got some from one of the greenhouses here. I gotta find that one too. I'm gonna find that and put that somewhere else. Those carrots, I'll probably do that tomorrow. But I'm going to plant these. And so again, I direct sow. Just a couple of things that I've direct sowed directly in the garden this season is the cucumbers. So the early season, I started it inside. Mid-season cucumbers that we've been picking, we just direct sowed it because it was mid-July. I didn't need any heat. It was hot enough. The soil was warm enough, and so we just direct sow. When I say direct sow, we put the seed directly in the soil, waited a few days, it germinated. And so I have been harvesting cucumbers, but we also have more cucumbers that are coming up. Another vegetable that I direct sowed late July was the bush beans. And so I put them directly in the soil. I did thin them out, but now I got a feeling we're going to be having some bush beans for dinner really soon because they are doing well. They're coming on. But today I've made kind of like an indention because I want to share with you how we're going to do these carrots. Now, I'm going to tell y'all right now, it's a couple of things. I love gardening. I don't want y'all to get me wrong when I say this, but there are a couple of things that I don't like doing, and one of them is thinning, which is why I love to do the seed tape. Because I just planted, if you look right here, bunching onions, and so they were seed tape, and they're pretty much spaced out. If I have to thin, it's not that much, but I don't like to thin. And I feel like sometimes when I direct sow the carrots myself versus the seed tape that I have used in the past, I sometimes get heavy handed and then I got to come back and I got to thin. Another thing I'm not particular with happy about doing is pulling up weeds. Y'all know I don't necessarily like to call them weeds, but we'll just say plants that I don't want in an area. I don't like doing that. Some people think it's therapeutic. Y'all comment if you think it's therapeutic or if you like doing it. But me personally, those are two things that I can do without. Therapeutic, I can water some plants, like the ones in containers. I don't mind doing that. I don't mind starting seeds. Love harvesting, but when it comes to pulling weeds and thinning. But anywho, I want to show you how the carrot seeds look. And we're just going to, and this is why I made the little indentions with the dowel, because you got to be careful. You don't want to plant them too deep, but you want to plant them where they'll, it says about a half an inch in depth, which I think I did that by the time I cover it up. But let me show y'all, and y'all just bear with me because I'm working with one hand and I'm also fighting off mosquitoes. I know they already popped me on my head real good. I can feel it on my forehead. Since I've covered up real good and they can't get to my, they're trying to get on my hands since I don't have my gloves on. But since they can't get on my, what do you call it, arms, they've been getting me on my forehead. I feel it. But these are the carrot seeds that we're about to plant. And this is why I say the smaller the seed, you don't want to plant too deep, okay? You don't plant it too deep. So I gotta switch hands, y'all. I write with my left hand, but I gotta hold the phone, and I'm gonna try to do this with one hand so y'all can kind of get what we are doing here. So just bear with me. I'm going to try to put them. Now, let me just tell you this. Normally, I will put them in between my thumb and my forefinger. Let's try to do it. And do it like, I'm not going to be able to do it. So we'll do it like this. Carrot seed. No, don't let carrot seeds make you nervous. I just didn't want to get heavy-handed with it. So we just going to just go where I made this dowel at. And I'm just going to let them loose, y'all. Let them loose. Okay, like this. But let me show you when I'm just out here working. Yes, I'm going to cover them. So when I'm just out here working, let me try it this way. Now, y'all done put carrot seeds on my forehead. I really like to take them in between these two fingers so that I don't get heavy-handed and just like, you know, you still may do a little bit more, but just look at my finger motion. So let's try to do it. Since I've showed y'all how they look, I think I can do it now. I'm just going to get a few. Yeah, I'll do it. This is a good demonstration. So you see the carrot seeds in my hand, and I stop right around here, but I want you to watch my finger action as we are just dropping them. Okay, we're just dropping them. Now, I can already tell you, that's why I say I get heavy-handed.